It's been a week since the Browns finished their season in Pittsburgh, where they fell to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it wasn't a very pretty game. And at that point, the Browns fell to 7-10. They missed the playoffs and finished last in the division. Now, particularly from the Browns front office, they have been aggressive ever since that last day. And the day after that game finished, they fired Joe Woods, and honestly, in my opinion, that's a good move. But they've already started looking for a new defensive coordinator. I'm not going to list all the names. There's a ton that they've been considering, but there's three ones that stick out to me, and there's one of them is Brian Flores, who we all know was part of the Dolphins team last year. There's also Jim Schwartz, and then Denard Wilson. He's another candidate set to get interviewed. And yeah, the Browns have just been aggressive after firing Joe Woods. They really want to get this defense fixed. They have young talent. They just need to be properly coached, and I think what they're doing is in the right direction. Aside from the defense, who has been pretty much half the problems on this team, there's also the offense. Now, Stefanski, we know his job is safe, and we know he will be sticking around for some time. I think Stefanski sticking around is a good idea, but it's not, will Stefanski stick around? It's more the question of what will he do now. And we all know the last few years he's been play calling. Now 2020 it worked out, but then the last two seasons just kind of fell off. Overall, it was just not very good stretch for Stefanski. And honestly, if I don't really want Stefanski calling plays anymore, and I've been saying that in my post-game videos in the past. I just think he's not the guy for it, and they're gonna need to figure out where to put him, whether it means making him more on the defensive side of things or helping out. Just overall, he just needs to get the play calling to the offensive coordinator and Alex Van Pelt, and then I think the offense will have a way easier time making big plays and getting all those scores and doing what the offense was projected to do this season. And then also, you gotta look, there's also been some controversy about Mike Prefer, who is the special teams coordinator, and wasn't honestly the best year for special teams, but they pushed through it, and it was Cade York's first year as a kicker. I felt like overall he was pretty good, even though he missed some kicks here and there. He'll develop that skill as he gets farther into the league, but I'm not really sure what they're gonna do with Mike Prefer. I'm not really sure why he's getting all this like backlash. But honestly, I don't think any of this is his fault. I think half of this can be blamed on the kicking unit and Cade York and the placeholder. You ask another question, and that's how much time does Jimmy Haslam left on this team? He's been the owner for this team for quite some time now, and the Browns just have not been very good over the lifespan of him owning the Browns. And at some point, you gotta ask, when is he gonna sell the team? And Haslam right now needs to find a way to get the Browns on a higher status level, because that doesn't happen within the next few years. He is probably out as owner, as far as I'm concerned, and he just needs to do better as an owner, honestly. So the Browns have the whole offseason to make up their mind about what's going to happen next season. Now, we know Deshaun Watson, he's going to be starting next year. We don't know what's going to happen to Brissett as of right now, and there's been some extensions and 50 options exercised for like big players like Nick Chubb, Jedrick Wills, Joe Bitonio, all those players, and Myles Garrett also is on a little bit of kind of near the edge, but he's on the team right now, and we don't know Clowney is not going to be playing next year, so it's going to be real interesting to see what the Browns see this offseason. I think it will be a learning phase for the Browns and how they can take this talent that they have and harness it and balance it out with the new coaching staff that they could have next year. But that's gonna do it. Just a little bit of an update video on the Browns, and we will see you guys on the next video. And yeah.